What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are your hosts, the Distorted Theorists, and it finally dropped. We've been hearing about this. It's been teased.
It's a big one.
It is. So Avatar, Fire, and Ash, the third installment in the Avatar franchise. 75 years after the first movie came out.
Well, I know you want to talk about this a lot because you've been waiting, and as have I. But before we do, as always, if you want to support the channel, we do appreciate it if you would just take 1 second, take your time to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and are you on the Avatar journey like we are? Because Peter, Avatar Way of the Water was the last installment, and now
that came out 24 years ago.
We're gone elemental sideways. We're gone to Fire and Ash now. What are we going to see here? What are we going to see here?
Basically going on Aang's entire journey, isn't it? We're going to get Earthbenders for the fourth movie.
I'll take it. But where do we see Sully going after this?
I don't know if we're going to see much of Sully.
No.
I think we are going to see Sully, but I think now the focus is the family aspect because Vin Diesel is... No. We're going to see much more of the family aspect. We're going to see Neytiri?
Yep.
Neytiri, and we're going to see Jake doing their thing to try and protect the kids. We already know that one of their sons was tragically lost in Way of Water.
I forgot about that.
I know.
It's
just right back into it. Again. But we've still got Sigourney Weaver's character from Way of Water. I can't remember her name, but she is much more connected to Gaia than anyone else in any of the other Na'vi. So there's going to be a lot more of her story to be told. I think Spider's going to be playing a bigger part in this. And where this is Fire and Ash, we have known from previous leaks and rumors and whatnot that now we are going to a different...
That's right.
I don't want to say tribe or clan, but a different...
That's what I would have said.
Different sect of the
But you know what?
Na'vi.
I think that's the exciting part because the reason why Way of the Water... Two reasons, in my opinion, why Way of the Water done so well, coming out as late as it did after the first, was one, introduction of a new tribe. You have Pandora, which lives their way of life, which we could even call the air segment of that if you want. Well, floating islands and stuff, right? Yeah. So then they moved to the water, which created... James Cameron could do this whole new scope of color palette and I guess CGI and effects and whatever.
And floating and all
That's
that
right.
stuff.
So it only would make sense that now Ash and Fire is going to be maybe a little more fire. I don't know if we're going to see
violence.
Like actual fire, like something on fire. Are we going to see more like magma, lava type thing?
I'm calling this the Empire Strikes Back. This is going to be rough for everyone involved. I think.
You know what? There's only one way to find out, and that is to get into the official trailer reaction review and breakdown for Avatar, Fire, and Ash right now.
I remember Dan. I mean,
so we're getting Pandora
right off the
Water showing us what you have done, but what's to come.
Like this.
The strength of the ancestors is here.
It's always in the heart. You got some new critters. Gas bags. Yeah, but that wasn't Sully walking up that hill.
No.
Oh, our buddy's back. There's Spider.
Conflict. You cannot live like this, but
inner conflict.
In hate.
No. See? That's it.
If there is something you can do,
I wonder what their like skin and stuff's
then you
gonna
must
look
do it.
Probably burned. Or like thicker skin.
That's just like gray or something. Oh, that's like
the color schemes are wicked right there.
Oh, that's sick.
So they're immune.
The children. No, Spider. And we will find another way.
That's how they're back. Oh, going to war again.
Oh, they got like fire arrows. All the heads.
Your goddess has no dominion here.
Ooh, that's chills.
Those chills, yeah.
And see, the crazy thing about this is I'm pretty sure like after this there's at least one, if not two more.
To me, this is just another spectacle that James Cameron's going to be able to just, again, take another element, literally, if you will, and just put it up on the big screen in a way that, well, some would say only he can, which is going to be cool.
I remember years ago, and for those who probably remember, not a great movie, but it's a deep cuts, Final Fantasy, The Spirits Within. Do you remember that movie?
Oh, that was like animated.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see it long ago.
But when that came out in what, 2001, 2002, 2003?
It was a while.
The graphics in that at the time, I'm sure if we will go back and look at it, you're like, ugh. But at the time, it looked absolutely stellar. And we're at the point now with these Avatar movies, because again, as much as it was like, well, it's motion capture, and there's still part, the like 90% of these movies, like we're getting less and less people in them. Like Avatar 1, you had much more people in it because the avatars were interacting with the Na'vi, and then you had the Colonel or whatever, and you had much more of that. In the second movie, in The Way of Water, we had less people in it, but they were still present. And in this one, we just see that sequence where like there's the bigger boats, and then when Sully's kind of being brought before, I'm assuming a tribunal or whatever.
Right. Or imprisonment.
So the majority of what we're seeing is visual effects, like through and through.
Yeah. I just remember like, I don't mind the visual aspect because, I mean, we went to see Way to Water in IMAX day one, as we're going to see this one, by the way, if you haven't already figured it out. But I mean, we looked at each other in our seats, remember? And the whole theater was just lit up with that blue from the water, and we were like, this is insane.
And you were still disoriented too, because we were watching that in 3D, and you were like, ugh, because it was like, so real.
Right? But what do you think, switching tones, I mean, water is very fluid and
Peaceful.
Just magical, peaceful, exactly. Fire and ash, that tells me it's going to be violence. Exactly. You're taking the words right out of my mouth. So what do you think James Cameron's going to do visually that's going to give us a gear shift to make audiences want to get back smoke?
We are getting particle effects. We're getting smoke. We're getting grime. We're going to get burns. We're going to get heat distortion and everything like that on top of that. So
even like the waves and
the
stuff.
waves of heat and everything. So we're going to be able to see all that. But you did see a lot of that actually. Now that it's coming back to me, in the first one from the jet contrails of those big shuttles. And you would see that coming up. But now we're getting like fire and smoke being belched out of these mountains, these volcanoes.
Right.
And we're seeing that gray and white and black ash where what's-his-face is walking through.
Well, it's funny because now that you're saying that, it's jogging something to me. I remember vividly in The Way of Water how... you get that the family comes in, they're looking for refuge, and it took some time to get there, but the water
welcomed them.
Na'vi, it welcomed them. Eventually they became one. I'm wondering if that's going to happen in this one. Maybe the fire are very aggressive and they do not take two outsiders coming in.
They're not going to, because they're going, so Jake has the water tribe behind him, and General, I think, is it Taggart? Is that his name?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Anyways, he, as his Na'vi, whatever, is going to be like, well, I can't fight this. His avatar, I can't fight this fight.
Troops.
Yes, I can't fight this on my own. The humans are useless, and I've lost all my other people. So now he's like, well, through my extensive knowledge, either he finds it at the beginning of this, or he already knows of the fire people, and he's going to use it. And then where is it going to go from there in the next two movies?
But I mean, and that is the ultimate question. After this plays out, we don't even know where it's going or where it ends yet. But like, if there is one more left in James Cameron's canon, where do you take this? Where does ultimately you see the Avatar world concluding? Peace, harmony, back to human civilization?
I think the full circle, it does not bode well for Jake and Neytiri. I think that's her name. I really think it is. It is? Okay, Jake and Neytiri. I think they're, through this movie, the next movie, or the final movie, whatever, I think they're trying to prevent human interference with Pandora, and they just want to get back to their way of life. Because again, what was it? Unobtainium. That was the reason why we were there in the first place. It was that red herring MacGuffin whole thing. Oh, it was unobtainium. It's the hardest thing. It's like, yeah, because it's unobtainable. Blah, blah. But in that was the main reason why we're there. So why are we still there? There needs to be a way to figure out how to get humans off Pandora. And I think the ultimate sacrifice is going to come from Jake and Neytiri. Not their kids, but Sigourney Weaver's character. She's going to have, because I think the moon, is this because it's a moon, right? Pandora's a moon.
Yes.
I think the moon,
come for us in the comments.
Is going to do, she's going to interact, because she was called a goddess at one point by
I remember that.
Yeah, so if she's a goddess, is she the Na'vi equivalent of Pandora? Or the Na'vi embodiment of Pandora?
You're opening up Pandora's box with this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us for our trailer reaction review and breakdown for Avatar, Fire, and Ash. As always, if you want to support the channel, we do appreciate if you would just take a second to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave us a comment down below. Are you excited for Fire and Ash? Do you think that they are going to side with that evil general god that we can't remember his name? And ultimately, where does Avatar go if there is one more left?
Or two.
And with that, I am the real Jussy.
I'm Peter Parkour, and like we always say around here,
keep it real.